Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to hump the like and subscribe buttons and do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen right now. I have got a Patreon which has got a podcast on it, and I've got another podcast somewhere else, and there are links to those in the description below. So I've got one for the narcissist today because I want to talk about self-confidence. And I thought this was like a really easy one. Like, you've got to have some self-confidence, not too much, put it in the right place, don't become arrogant, that kind of thing. But it's actually far more complicated than that. And the more I've thought about it, the more angles there are to this. Can you actually be a narcissist and genuinely self-confident? Because I don't know. Right? The narcissism is a defense mechanism. It's making yourself feel bigger than you are because really you feel very small. And in confidence, that's the outward appearance of confidence, that masking, that performance of confidence. And that's happening because inside we're very unconfident. And so can you have a state where you're doing the narcissism and performing the self-confidence and actually still feel self-confident? And how would that look any different to the outside world? Like, if you're doing a good job of masking and appearing self-confident, and maybe you're quite practiced and you don't go over the top with it, how does actually having self-confidence and belief in yourself look any different? Because that's the whole point, right? We're trying to look like we have the self-confidence, so we're not going to look any different if we do. Unless you're shit at not performing it, of course. So is becoming self-confident, like truly self-confident, actually a part of healing and this entire process? Like, having belief in yourself in any way, that conflicts with having NPD. NPD is about not having that faith, not believing in yourself and masking it. And if you have it, you don't need the masking. So I don't know that this is actually just something we can do, like become self-confident, right? What does that even mean? There's a whole load of stuff to unpick, isn't there? There's all the why don't you feel self-confident? Where does that fear come from? Etc., etc. We could be there for ages unpicking why we don't feel self-confident. But that's so integral to the entire thing, to getting rid of NPD. Because if it's a defense mechanism, to get rid of it, we need to not need that defense, don't we? We can't just take the defenses down and let rip at this unconfident, panicky, whatever we are underneath. Because that's going to hurt. That's a lot in one go. And I can't help but feel that the idea is to sort of begin picking away at this before taking down this defense altogether. And seeing what we can find in here and dealing with it all one thing at a time. And maybe through that, a little bit more self-worth and self-belief can come out. And then we don't need the defenses, right? It seems so harsh to just take them away. Just say, well, stop this masking, stop this hiding it, and just show your true self. Well, my true self isn't very happy at all. My true self needs all this stuff. And I don't know that my true self can take the battering without a little bit of hope and a little bit of optimism. Just that little bit of, facing this truth over here hurts. It's difficult. I have to drop my defenses and look hard at this, the things that I feel inadequate about, the things I feel I've failed at, all these horrible things. And I need to start picking them apart, forgiving them one at a time. That's the way to do it. Because then once I get that hope, once I look at a problem and look at how do I deal with it, and perhaps get on my road to beginning to deal with things, then when the defenses fall, I can think, I'm not as happy as I want to be. I'm not who I want to be, all of that. But I'm on the way. I'm making positive moves. I've identified the problems. I know why I feel like this, and I'm doing the work and doing something about it. And that hope and that optimism can be a massive driver. That can really spur you on. I have felt so much better with things while I've been healing, to be able to say, I'm not better yet, but I'm definitely moving in the right direction. The medicine is working, so to speak, and I feel it working, and I know that if I keep doing the work, then I'm gonna get to where I want to be. So however hard it gets, and it still gets hard, I can still push forward and do that work, because it's important that I do, and I know it will work. And so with that optimism, with dealing with self-confidence, we need to unpick and pick something to move forward with and start moving forward. And don't take that defense down until it's time. It's there for a reason. It might be obnoxious. This is the problem, I suppose. Look, this mask, this way we hide our inner pain, it's fairly possible that it could make you an asshole. It has me. It does all of us. It's a feature of the thing. And when we're like that, we in some way hurt others. We hurt ourselves, but we hurt others, which concerns me slightly more. And so maybe you need to, while you're looking at things, take a look at that defense. And maybe, without taking it down, tone it down. You need to look at how you're behaving, how you're coping with this. It's a big thing to sit and analyze, and it's pen and paper time, right? It's sit and think about, how do I feel? How do I want to feel? What's making me feel like that? What is standing in the way of stopping me from feeling how I want to feel? And what am I doing about it? Because right? It's not a great mystery to you. You know what you're doing. You know the persona you let out and the mask you put on. And you know how that person affects others. Because you do it on purpose. So don't pretend that you don't know. Don't pretend that there's something not there. It's clearly there. But pull it apart. And really be harsh on it. In terms of hurting other people. We can't be doing that. We don't want to hurt ourselves either. But I feel we need to really limit the external damage. Because that is what has been the most difficult part of this to get over. So there. That's self-confidence for you. It's a tricky beast. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye.